Well, I think I said 37-21. I think that was my score prediction for the Giant game. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. And it's one of those things that I mean, do you want to go about and say this team is horrid and this team knows nothing and this
I love
team
creating
can't
my
do
own
anything?
space
I don't
for
know
that.
what's going on there. You do want to say that, of course you do, because you're Giant fans, and that's what Giant fans are, and that's what we want to do. We want to rant, we want to yell, we want to scream. But it's one of those things right now where if you sit there and you think about it, you're like, okay, well, I got to think about this. I got to think about how bad this was, and how horrid this was, and how it was just garbage. And that's what it is. This was garbage time. This was, yo, my friend, what's going on? What's going on? It's garbage time. It was garbage time. This team does need an enema. This team needs something. And you could say that I love the person one person says Daniel Jones was balling. Oh, here we go. There was a good one. Wait, whatever. Where I just saw it because I saw someone chastise me for saying that Daniel Jones was not playing well because he started out like 0 for 6, 0 for 7, or whatever he started out from. People are like, we need a therapy session. You know what? I'm not a big drinker, guys, but I used to be back in the day. But let's all have a drink. Let's all have a drink right now because I think we need it. I think we all need it. Hey, I might have to get Kadarius Tony. If he keeps this up, he just needs controls, anger. But Kadarius Tony had a great game. He had a good game until the very end where he decided to punch someone in the head. I mean, you can't make this shit up. That's the thing. You can't make it up. And injuries will always be there. You always have injuries. Every team has injuries. And you have to think about this from a perspective of teams always shoot themselves in the foot. It always happens, no matter who you are. But championship teams make up for shooting themselves in the foot. The Giants do it repeatedly, but the problem is they don't make up for it. They don't. And that's the problem. And this team is not disciplined. This team at times plays horrid. This team plays out of control. Joe Judge, to me, is just not the guy to be the coach of this team. You can blame Jason Garrett all you want. You can blame everything else, but this team is a fiasco. This team is in a free fall. This team, if you think about it, free fall is a nice way to put it. Free fall is a nice way to put it. You know what, guys? I think we're gonna need to double up on this today. We're gonna need to double up on this one today. This is what the Giants have done, guys. They forced me to drink. They forced me to do this. I've been forced to drink. Oh my goodness gracious. One day we'll have an offensive defensive line to be proud of. What the hell is this coach? I don't even understand. You know what, my friend? I don't understand what's going on with this team. And where did our buddy
King of the almost sack?
Where the hell is he gone? Oh, I know where he went. He took the $23 million a year and ran out the freaking door. That's where he went. This is 2 weeks in a row. He's pulled someone's helmet off in the middle of the pile. This time he got caught on it. This time he got caught. The other time he didn't get caught. If you tell me you don't miss Dalvin Tomlinson, they ran for 104 yards in the first quarter. Dallas should have been up by like 30 in the first quarter. Thank you, FU. Time to start selling assets, wipe the slate clean. Need a whole new coaching staff. Dave Gettleman needs to be sent to the moon. It's over. You know what? Maybe we can. Thank you and all super chats. Of course, go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Maybe we can gain enough super chats today to build a rocket and send him to. I'm taking my keys out of my pockets. I don't even want my Giant keys. I took the keys of the offense and dropped them on the floor. Someone's got to take the keys of the defense and figure out what the hell Patrick Graham's doing. He's not adjusting. He's not adjusting at all. There is, and James Bradbury's on the same. Dory Jackson. Oh, geez, Dory Jackson. Can we take that contract back, please? You brought in these players, these salaries and you wrecked the cap for next year. But your thought process was, we're going to do this because we're going to push all of our chips to the table and we're going to win. I'm not seeing that happening. I don't see this at all. And then, of course, the Bears beat the Raiders. No pass rush. Here we go. No pass rush. None whatsoever. And I have been I screamed before free agency, before the draft. We need a linebacker. We need an edge. At one point, I said Melvin Ingram, KJ Wright, put them on the right side. They will control the edge. Yes, we need a new quarterback. I'm going to say it. Because you want to know what? And you can check out my video tomorrow. And it's even titled, "A Franchise Quarterback Plays with His Head, Does Not Lead with It." And I don't care if everyone abandons my channel because of that video. I don't care. Because you don't stick your head into the middle running for a touchdown, trying to get the touchdown. You're trying to do too much. And he wasn't even having a good game at all. Thank you, Zachary. Patrick, Betcher 2.0. How do you not readjust? How do you not figure out we need to readjust our scheme? This is not working. You're not going to be able to stop the run. And I said this in the video before. Put 7 in the box, slow down the run, and hope James Bradbury and Dory Jackson can play one-on-one with their skilled guys. 104 yards in the first quarter, over 500 yards of offense. And somehow this is going to be Jason Garrett's fault. Not sure how, but it will be. Malik Willis to me, and I know I joke, if you watch him play this week, and can he be a savior for a team like the Giants? Sure. Because he's going to bring energy, he's going to be excitement, and he knows how to run. He is a point guard that can create his own shot. Daniel Jones is not, and I'm not going to bash the kid because he got hurt, but he was throwing up a stinker beforehand. A franchise quarterback does not have a great game and then go into the doldrums. And people will say, well, we're not going to know what he's going to do because, he never finished the game. He got him to 10 points. Yeah, that's great. But there's been plenty of great drives Daniel Jones has had to then go 3 and out 7 times. I highly recommend drinking Graham and Yang. The offensive line, I don't think they gave up a sack. Or did they give a sack? But yeah, you really miss Andrew Thomas. We really did. Time to adjust now, the roster, isn't it? Yeah, the roster is poorly constructed, poorly put together. It's time to take the garbage out. We have individual. Danny Shelton, gone. Austin Johnson, he can stay. Tay Crowder is not going to be starting. He's not going to be a starting linebacker. You could say we missed Peppers. I was waiting for people to say, well, we missed Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton because that was the whole thing last week. We didn't need them. Now I bet we miss them. We need to trade for Watson. No, we don't have we don't have the cap space to trade for Watson. Even if we wanted to trade for Watson, we have no cap space next year. You are 1-4. And oh my God, let's start with Saquon Barkley. I love the Ian Rappaport. I think it says that Saquon Barkley is only going to miss 1 week. Did you say the size of his ankle? I am not saying anything till the MRI and the X-ray comes back. Because when something swells up that quickly, that is more than just a sprain. I'll tell you this. I had that in high school. And I was playing basketball and I twisted the ankle the same way. I was in a walking cast for almost 3 months. Tim, can you be the new GM, please? It's funny. At least I couldn't do any worse. I always joke and say, no, there was no way, YouTubers should never be considered to be GM or anything. I can't do any worse. I'm sick of watching this team at times too. It makes you ill. This game made me physically ill. And Glennon at times played better than Jones over the last couple of weeks. DJ shows how inconsistent people think he is the guy. Look, DJ's never say DJ. He's just, he's a great kid, but I'm not going to kick him while he's down. Not going to kick him while he's down. But you know what? You don't lead with your head ever. And then like, well, it was a helmet-to-helmet collision. Yeah, because he led with his head. You slide. Because you know what? You got the first down. You fight another down. Yes, he did play better. What do you got to say, John? He was 5 for 18 and he got hurt. He was playing absolutely horrible. But if you go out on freaking Twitter sphere and I'm going to call it the Daniel Jones sphere. He was a god. He was Apollo. He was Zeus. He was a Greek god playing against off of Mount Olympus. The Rams next week. Whoa, boy. The Rams next week on this defense may put up 50. They might put up a 50 spot. Patrick Graham, for the genius that he is last year, looks like he is beyond average. And that is me being nice, that he is beyond average. And I don't. And I'm going to say it.
How dare you question Joe Judge?
I am questioning everything about our head coach. You know what? Put on your hat, Joe Judge, because you look better with your hat on. Please. Let's see what some of these comments say, because I think I need some therapy. DJ would have had this game in the field. Yeah, I don't think so, AB. I know you think that, but no. He was not playing okay at all. He was putting up a stinker. It was the Daniel Jones game 2 stinker that we're so used to. No disrespect to DJ and his rookie. Josh Allen's running issue has led this team. And this is year 3. Yes, it's year 3. Yes, but you know what? Josh Allen, he doesn't get hurt. He just keeps playing. And you're right. Daniel Jones was through for 5 for 13. He was 0 for 6 at one point. We weren't winning this game, and Dallas kept making their own stupid mistakes. Thank God. Thank God for the fumble. Thank God for the interception. Or we may have been down by 21 in the first. 104 yards in the first quarter rushing. DJ missed you early. DJ had him open and missed him. He's right. You had him open and you missed him. I don't want to keep bashing DJ. Let's not get on the DJ bashing train. Dave Gettleman built this team outside instead of in. Yeah, there's no pass rush, no players who could set the edge. It's impossible to be consistent. Thank you, Showtime. I've been saying that for how long? How many times did I scream this? How many times? We have no edge. And people kept telling me, well, O'Shane Zimenez and we're going to have Ojulari and Lorenzo Carter and all these other guys are going to come in and step. Yeah, and I kept saying, you know what? That's not going to happen. Diggs almost picked off Jones. Yeah, actually, Diggs should have had 2 interceptions. He should have had 2 interceptions. Diggs, man, he went from wide receiver to this. That's crazy to me with Diggs. And you know what, Jonathan, you're 100% right. Dallas played sloppy in that first half. And then they kind of turned around and put it together, which is what we had to fear. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. No, we had a lot to fear. We had the Dallas Cowboys to fear. 3 interceptions. I'm going to say 2. Oh, my God. The defense is in for a long... But what happened to the defense? Where did it go? It's not under my table. I just checked. Where'd it go? How did Patrick Graham all of a sudden forget how to coach? Oh, let me tell you how, because I've already talked about this a bazillion times. You can't run the same schemes over and over again. You can't run the same substitutions over and over again. You have to turn around and adjust, because the league is going to adjust to you. And the league has adjusted big time to Patrick Graham. They understand what he's going to do, when he's going to call. And they know on 3rd down, he is going to send a safety. He's going to send a quarter. He's going to send some 78% of the time. It's not like it's not there already. We know it's there. We know it's coming. I think, I think, you know what I think is really funny? The CeeDee Lamb touchdown. And I laughed because I was watching the game with my wife. And I was cracking up because because I told her, I said, you know what they're going to do in this play? They're going to go deep. And sure the sky is blue on nice sunny days. They went deep. They went deep for a touchdown. And I love her because she says to me, well, if you could see that, how come they couldn't figure it out? And that's a good question. That was actually a very astute question. How could they not figure it out? You were setting it up. You're pounding with the ball. And then you take the shot deep. How do you not figure out that's going to happen? Mr. Lewis, how are you doing? Hopefully we're not keeping the new edition up. Oh, my God. If anyone says we don't miss Dalvin Tomlinson, you should just jump off the chat and unsubscribe and whatever. We do miss him. 100% Mr. Alvarez. We miss him. We miss him like there's no tomorrow. And I said this, he does the dirty work. I did a video about it. He does the dirty work. He ties up two guys and allows King of the almost sack to get the penetration. And you know what's kind of funny? Our coverage isn't playing so well, but you know what's happening? King of the almost sack's not getting any sacks. He got a half a sack today. That's $23 million flushed down the effing toilet. Woosah. The Islanders is the best team right now. Why? The owners are the right gym in place. Stay out of the way. Maris should do the same thing. The Knicks, man. The Knicks look great, too. Let's talk about the Knicks. Let's see what we got here. Who is Dave Gettleman picked that they can hang your head on and say, that's a consistent Pro Bowl? You asked that question last time, too. Whether drafted confident. I don't have anyone. I got no one. You know what? Weak is a nice word. Weak. Is there another word we can use besides weak? The coffee I had the other day from Wawa, that was weak. This just sucks. This is just garbage. All the free agents wasted. Yep, we wasted them. Word. Oh, Mr. Lewis. Talk me down, Mr. Lewis. Tell me something. Tell me something's going to be all right. Someone put something in the chat that says, Tim, this is going to be all right. 1-4, we're going to be all right. We got and I said this. I've been saying this for weeks. This 6-game stretch, we are playing against NFL caliber quarterbacks. It's going to get ugly. And I said, if we don't go at least 2-2, we could drop the next 6. Well, we went 1-4, and I'm probably going to drop the next 6. Poor roster moves. That's, again, being nice. Can we trade for defense? Yeah, I don't think they're going to give up Dalvin Tomlinson. I wish they would. He's got a freaking concussion. That's something. Yeah, it is something you can control. You want to know why? You don't lead with your head. Football 101. You are the quarterback. You are the team leader. You are the guy. Yeah, you want to make something happen, but you don't lead with your head ever. Ever. Pop Warner. They teach you don't lead with your head. Woosa. Okay. Leon Rose are only good GM. Yeah, I like Leon Rose now, too. I like Leon Rose. All right, nothing to worry about. Hold on, wait a minute. You know what? I am so upset. I didn't even set up any of the buttons. I didn't even set up any of the buttons today. That's how upset I am. I wasn't even going to come on.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning.
We all knew I was going to come on. We all knew it. Oh, my God. For all those Leonard Williams apologies, where's that one go? I just had that one. Where did it go? Come on. Yeah, we got that one. For all those Leonard Williams apologies are now saying he didn't deserve the money. Hold that. You know, I said give Leonard Williams $11 million a year. That's what I said. Give him $11 million a year. Everyone's like, well, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. You ever notice that sometimes the stupidest guy in the room is probably the smartest one? So I must be a freaking genius. Thank you for the super chat, of course. Oh, money goes to Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I was just on the entertainment channel, and the fans of the chat called me a hater because of my realistic views. That's the thing about you, Mr. List. You have realistic views, and that's why I like doing these live streams with the people that we have, because you're realistic. You look with your eyes. You see what's wrong. It's like if you're selling a car and you see there's a scratch on the hood and there's something wrong. You don't go to I guarantee I know you don't do this. You don't go to the guy and say, oh, there's no scratch on the car. That'll buffer it out. I bet you go and tell him everything that's wrong. And because you're honest, because you can see. It's called reality. $11 million a year, $5 million. I would have given him $11 million. And I said that a bazillion times. Come on, Frank. I'm just done with this team now. And let's face the Rams. Oh, God, the Rams next week. How about them Cowboys? Let's all have a drink. Oh, let's have a drink. Have a drink on me. I'm just going to sing. I just want to sing. Let me see here. I got a lot of people in here, so I'm gonna try to get to a lot of the. I'm gonna try to get to a lot of chats here, guys. I'm trying not to miss anyone. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, the Cowboys are playing well, man. I said this in the beginning of the season. Said it beforehand. Dallas ever figures out their secondary with the front seven they have on defense and that offense with those skill position players, they're going to take the division. People told me I was nuts. I didn't know sports. Yeah, Chris's channel has too many idealists for my taste. That's why I can't be in this live chat. Just can't. Listen, you know what? It's fine to be real. It's fine to have passion. It's fine to love your team. It's fine with that. That's what you want. That's what you want as an organization. But when the shit starts going downstream and you're sitting downstream with your mouth open like this, you don't want to be there. That's just what it is. You don't want to be there. And that's kind of what the fans have been doing for 10 years. Yeah, Diggs is overrated.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
Yeah, 6 interceptions now, leading the league. Yeah, he's overrated. He's overrated. It's 2017, but worse. We're not coming off a good year. Yeah, I think it's worse than 17. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. Talk, you pointed out the team had a lot of injuries concerns before the season started. I said, I don't know how many times, thank you, Saeed. I don't know how many times I said, I'm worried about this guy's hip. I'm worried about this guy's leg. I'm worried about this. And I got blasted for saying these things. You know what sucks when you know you're right, and then the moment comes when you are right and everyone else knows it? They don't sit there and say, wow, Tim, a lot of people here, the other people don't go, wow, Tim, you were right this time. Thank you. I might become a Nick YouTuber after the way this is going. I'm still going to do Nick videos, but I appreciate that. If they don't win this division by 4 games, Jerry should cut all of them. If they don't win the division to 4 games, Jerry needs to sell the team. I picked Dallas to win the division due to their schedule and rosters. They're going to run away with the division because it's hot garbage. It is hot garbage. And you would hope that the Giants were maybe a little bit less hot of garbage. No, but we stink. We're garbage. We're garbage. Couldn't carry. Well, actually, he wasn't on Tony a lot. He wasn't on Tony. And the easiest way to get Tony was just to push him, have him hit someone in the head. You're having your career game. You're having your breakout rookie game. And what do? You go and punch somebody in the head because they pushed you? And I love when people say to me, you don't know sports. That's your problem. You don't know what it's like to be passionate. Oh, I'm sorry. I only played. I apologize. And the first thing they teach you, going back to Pop Warner, someone pushes you, you don't retaliate. You try to let them get the flag. You don't take a swing at them, especially on a game that's out of control. This team is so out of control. We're fighting. We're doing this. We're doing this. And we're not fighting for passion. We're not fighting for pride. We're fighting because we're getting our asses kicked. That's why we're fighting. 2 first-round picks next year. Shoot the moon. Here's the problem. Chicago doesn't look half bad with Fields. That pick could be in the low 20s. I feel like it's the only one seeing how bad this team is. That's how bad it's been for years. And I keep telling them, it's bad. It's bad. Did someone say something good yet? I gotta scroll down here, see if anyone said anything good yet. We need something good. We need something good. Tim was right about the salary cap issue. Leonard Williams, Pat Graham, and you know what? I appreciate that, Frank, but nobody cares. No one, I've been right by so much. And I loved it because someone actually did a breakdown. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Someone did a breakdown. They sent it to me. And I thought it was kind of funny that like 79% of the time, things that I've said have come true. And it's not because I'm this omnipotent genius. You know what it is? Because you look outside and you say, oh, and I said this before. I said this against the Cleveland game in the preseason. Off tackle left, off tackle left, off tackle right. Busted up the gut, go deep. It's the perfect game plan against Patrick Graham's defense, and everyone's doing it. This team does need an enema. And I would push the button if I knew where it was.
This town needs an enema.
Tony is a hothead. Yes, and Tony being a hothead worries me. You can have all the immense talent in the world, You can do these things. And I'm not ready to anoint Tony the rookie of the year yet because it's one game. And I've said this a million times. Timmy Smith ran for 200 yards in the Super Bowl and his career went south the day after. One game does not a career make. Let's see what Coach cared. By the way, the Giants aren't beating the Eagles either. I heard the Giant fans saying we're going to be in these games. I cannot have faith in. I don't have faith we're going to beat the Eagles either. I wish I could. What's wrong with Kenny besides the fact that he's overpaid and we shouldn't have signed him because he didn't want to leave the damn building? They don't know. They're saying he had a knee injury. He didn't come out for the second half. Tony's your favorite Giant right now. I like the ball boy, the water boy. I think he's going to be my favorite Giant right now. Yeah, too bad for him that he couldn't finish the game. Don't punch people in the head. And then the other thing is, you know what they always teach you? This is what they always teach you. If you're going to punch someone in the head, make sure you get away with it. And I'm not saying you should go punch people in the head. I'm just saying that's, let's see here. Daniel Jones was slinging the rock today. What rock was he slinging? Oh, Rodgers better than, yeah, this fool. Yeah, I think we've already covered he was like 6 for 13 and he had 90 yards before he led with his head and knocked himself out of the game and probably for the next 6 weeks. What's your favorite alcoholic drink? Well, that's easy. That's easy. Whoop. There we go, Graham and yay. That's easy. Well, I also like Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan private stock's good too. I'm glad I'm Liverpool so I can support a good team. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I was just saying, I was just clarifying. Oh, there's something going on in the chat. I don't know. I'm trying to read here. The Giants are winning the division 1-16 because they will take away wins and rivals because they found we're cheating every game. We must be cheating doing something. I had steak and you did. Roca gandules. Oh, that was delicious. You know what I had today? I actually had a mani. I had red beans and I had some white rice and I had some salsa verde with some chips. Tim mentioned how Glennon had a better game. Jones, he was having a better game until the interceptions. We need Cam Newton. I am not against bringing in Cam Newton. I think we should call Cam right now. Does anyone have his number? I'll call him. I'll call Cam. Can we win while dominating in trenches? We are back in 2014. Cruz got hurt, and we had a rookie series ready. Yeah, I mean, this is worse than that, though. This is worse than that. At least, what's his name? Travis Rudolph's not on the team. Thank you again for the super chat. All super chats, of course, go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. This organization is a problem, guys. From Mayor's philosophy to DJ to scouting to the part. Yes, you know what? And we talked about this, Mr. Lewis. And I think you were on the stream last week when we talked about this. This is a philosophy. The Giants have a philosophy. They've had a philosophy since the 60s. Or maybe going back to the 20s, but they more had a philosophy when Wellington was in charge. And it was always, you draft the good guys. You draft the kid out of Notre Dame. You draft the guy that kisses his mom and, tucks his dog into bed. We don't like bad guys, except for Lawrence Taylor. We don't like bad guys on this team. I want some bad guys on this team. I don't want bad guys like Kadarius Tony, who think he's not a bad guy. He's just a knucklehead. I want some people with a mean streak. I want some people that understand that you don't want to win. You really want to win. You don't want to lose either. You just want to perform, and you want to make sure that each week your team is up to the task and playing well. We don't have a leader on the defense. We don't have a leader on the offense. And that is an organizational fault. Let's see. I think the delusion of our fan base is people saying like, oh, we just barely lost the Washington land. You know what? You're right. A loss is a loss. I think people are delusional of the fact that think that the Giants played well at times today. Dallas should have been up by 21 in the first quarter. You run for 104 yards in one quarter. There's something seriously wrong with your interior defense. Tony Pollard looked like Tony Dorsett. Ezekiel Elliott, he's just good. He's just good. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Someone help me. Someone help me. Someone say something good. I miss Eli Apple because then we can have Kadarius Tony and Eli Apple on the same team. That'll be fun. The problem with the Giants is they don't take bad guys. They take knuckleheads. How about them Cowboys? They're good. And I've said this, and I've always said this, and I always get blasted for being a Giant fan and saying the Cowboys are good. McCarthy, to me, is a good coach. And I wanted McCarthy to come to the Giants. The Giants left McCarthy lead the building, but we kept Kenny Galladay in the building. He's a good coach, and he's understanding his team. I don't see anything. You can't be the quarterback messiah and then put up stinkers, especially when the fact that you just won Offensive Player of the Week. Outside of Logan Ryan, our second doesn't have the type of body. They tackle. They don't want to get hurt. I don't know if they don't want to get hurt. Maybe they don't want to get hurt. Does anyone want to get hurt? But you know what? We have. This is a good point. We have very poor tacklers. We have very poor tacklers. One thing I could do in college, I could tackle. And that because you want to know why? They always teach you, put in your shoulder, drive with your legs, take your arms, wrap around, and drive. Everyone here is trying to chest block people out of bounds. No, you wrap up and then you drive to the turf. And the worst part and the best part is if you wrap somebody up, and even if they escape, you can still grab onto their leg. You can still grab onto their thigh. We have horrid tacklers. And this episode is brought to us by Grant McYang. Woo! That burn's going down, but it burns good. Results matter. Injuries are no injuries. Gettleman should be cleaned out of his office tomorrow. I think if you're going to go by that philosophy, everyone's got to go. I think Judge has got to go. I think Garrett's got to go. Patrick Graham. You know what's scary? Everyone is talking about the maturation of Daniel Jones and how well he's been playing. He's the best 4 games he's ever played, but they don't give credit to the person that's the offensive coordinator. It's like he did it in spite of him. Patrick Graham is throwing up stinkers and nobody's saying anything. Tired of Giants making their own team. I'm tired of it too. You know what? You want to get healthy, you want to get good, play the Giants. We really went from Eli Manning to Daniel Jones. You know what? I don't think a lot of people at the end appreciated Eli. Even in the bad years for Eli. The problem with Eli in the bad years was the fact that he had nobody. He had no talent around him. Oh, I miss Isaac Yiadom too. Exactly. Losers find a way to lose, win, or find a way to win. You know what? I remember my favorite line from The Rock. And he goes, try Sean Connery, try your best. Try your best. He goes, losers try their best. Winners go home and F the prom queen. Sean Connery did better than I did. I miss Isaac Yiadom too. Not going to lie. I want Martindale. No idea if he could coach. Okay. Why not? Let's give it a shot. We need a quarterback, 3 middle line. We need a quarterback. We need middle linebackers. We need actually what we really need is linebackers and edges, defensive ends. That's what we need. And I've been screaming about this for how long now? How long can you scream about something and no one? Yeah. Dallas 4-1. How about them, the Cowboys? They're good. They're really good. I've said they were good. I get yelled at for being a Giant fan saying the Cowboys are good. 1-16. Yeah, we'll be lucky if we win a good 1-16. I think they should take 1 win away. Would you fire Joe Judge? Right now, no. I can't fire him right now. And I'm not saying because I like him as a head coach, because everyone knows I don't. He's a special teamer, or as Zachary puts it, he's a track coach. He's a special teams guy. And I'm tired of coaches learning on the job for the Giants. No more of that. But you got to give him at least the opportunity to right the ship. I'll tell you this. If we go 8 games into the season and we're 1-7, I would fire him. Can I ask the last question? Sure. Are we obsessed with injured players? I mean, we try to keep picking up Kenny in the league 4 years. Richard, how many times did I scream this? How many times you don't sign a guy coming off a hit pointer when they said in Detroit that potentially he should have played, but he was holding out for his contract? You don't sign, and you go outside the Giant bubble with Adoree Jackson. Everyone said the same thing with Adoree Jackson. Giants were the only team that were willing to give him more money than he was making the previous 4 seasons coming off an injury. That reeks of desperation. Oh, desperate is a good word. I missed that. I'm trying to get all these chats in, guys. I agree. Our linebackers and edge need big improvement. We need a huge freaking improvement. There is no edge. Where the hell's O'Shane Zimenez? And I forgot who put it up there earlier. Where the hell's Carter Coughlin? Where's Cam Brown? Where are all the linebacker messiahs that we took in the 7th round last year outside of Tate Crowder, who should not be starting at the middle linebacker position, but he's only there because we got nobody else. Where are all these guys? Where'd they go? Hold on. No, they're not on the table either. I let him finish the season, then fire him. I could see that too. We need a savior, is what we need. Malik Willis. If anyone who saw Malik Willis play the other day and didn't think that he is someone that is special, you shouldn't even be on this channel. You want to know why we say Malik Willis? Because he's a quarterback. He's a quarterback. He's a quarterback at Liberty that looks better at times than Daniel Jones. Cam Brown is on the IR. That's right. I forgot about Cam Brown. He's hurt again. No more Patriot coaches. Tim, so what do we do? Should we start trading players to rebuild again, or we ride it out with Jones? You know what the problem is, Mr. Lewis? Here's the problem with trading players. We trade players, we're still going to be in the hook next year for their cap number. And we already don't have any cap space. So if you make those trades, you can't renegotiate those contracts. So whatever that cap dead space number is, that's going to be the dead space number. Sorry. I had the allergies today. That's going to be the dead space number. So we really can't move on for these guys. What we should do is we should restructure. But we can't keep restructuring. Where was Nate Ebner, the greatest Giant that ever played?
Warning, sarcasm.
I missed Nate Ebner. He's still on the team, right? Hire Joe Brady as the next head coach. I would hire Tom Brady as the next head coach. We should have picked up. We didn't have the money to pick up Jalen Smith. That's the problem. You didn't have the cap space. We had to restructure James Bradbury's contract again to make $2.75 million in cap space because we only had $500,000 in cap space just a week ago. We had no money. Did I see Jose B? Let's see here. Did I see I see Joby. Bill's OC is the head coach. I forget who that is. I'm saying Eric Bieniemy. I said Eric Bieniemy. I said Eric Bieniemy before we hired Joe Judge, and I hated the Chiefs for making the Super Bowl because Bieniemy wasn't available, and the Giants wanted to get their coach in place so they can get into free agency. Let's have a drink, guys. Trade everyone but Tony, but DJ, Andrew Thomas, and no, we're trading Tony. I'm not cutting him. Not sure about him. Keeping him. He signed the league minimum, got him for 6. Yeah, because he went to Green Bay. He went to a contender. He wasn't coming here. Why would you want to come here? Why do the Giants overthink it? I don't think they overthink everything. I think they overvalue things. I think that's the problem. I think they overvalue what they have. Are there any available quarterbacks? Because I'm really not sure I want to see Glenn. The only one really that's available right now is Cam Newton. I would take Cam Newton. If you're going to have Tony the knucklehead, why not have Cam Newton throw to him? 2 knuckleheads. The defense ain't been the same since we caught Frackwell, Josh Sheeran, Tallinson, Blake, and Chiefs. Well, Kyler Frackwell was not really setting the league on fire. We could have had Sheared back. We didn't. Dalvin Thompson, I agree with the same thing with Blake. Same thing with Blake. But I don't think Blake would have helped fix what happened today. At this point, why not? At this point, what do you have to lose to bring in Cam Newton? I agree with this. Bieniemy without it's buyer beware. I agree with that. But you also rolled the dice on a special teams coach. And you know what? At least Bieniemy has a track record. Now they have tell you that Andy Reid does call the plays or was calling the plays previously, but Bieniemy was installing the game plan. I like Eric Bieniemy because then I can do it calling Eric the Bieniemy. I know, cliche. Yeah, they had to pay his rest because it was guaranteed money. They cut him out the guaranteed contract. But he wasn't coming to New York. I wish I wasn't moving because I was going to do a video saying, hey, what the hell, coming to New York? Why would you come to New York? I would go to Green Bay. I'd go to chance with a team that had an opportunity to win. Big Vito, what's up, my friend? Let's see here. What are our options at running back? Well, we're gonna go with Booker. They kept Elijah Penny on the team because of the fact that he was he was more of they thought he was gonna be more of a third down back. You got Brightwell, so they'll probably bring in another guy. I hate Kellen Moore. I hate him. Looks like Opie. Let's see here. I'm about to drink mine. Well, here you go. Here you go, Isaiah. Let's have a drink together. Let's all have a drink together. That was good. Not going to lie. Don't want Cam at all. He isn't a quarterback. He's a body that has changed. He's running people over anymore. He can't pass well enough. But you know what? I think he's a better option than Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon did not play poorly outside the interceptions. Any news on Daniel Jones? Barkley, they're saying, is week to week. I doubt that until they get an MRI. I think that's just being optimistic. They're saying it's a lower ankle sprain. It's an upper ankle sprain is usually the one you don't want to get. But the way that's swelled up, that doesn't look good. Daniel Jones has a concussion. He's going to be in the protocol for a couple of weeks. Cheers, David Terry. Cheers. Let's all have a drink together. Let's see here. Drinking makes it even worse. No, drinking makes it better. Drinking makes it better. Dak 8-2 against the Giants. Is there even a question? No. The question is, how did he lose 2 games to us? No point in Cam just tank. I don't want to just tank. I don't want to tank. I don't want to tank. I want to win. That's so hard to ask. At this point, I'm almost hoping to have an open tryout. It's like in the movie Invincible. That was a good movie. That was a good movie. I like the scene in the parking lot when he goes, can I ask you how old you are? He's like, can I ask you how old you are? They changed a lot in that movie a little bit because he didn't really score a touchdown at the end, if anyone remembers that Giant game. He didn't score a touchdown at the end. Let's see here. Tim, I'm telling my girlfriend I want to move down from the news place down the mezzanine. Yeah, right. I just changed my mind. You know what? Frank, you should see if we can get him even higher. I think he's going to be on more than 2 games. I think he's going to be on more than 2-3 games. If you actually watched and I always hate to say it, but they used to refer to it as a snot bubbler. And that's when you hit someone so hard that the snot comes out their nose and their mouth. He had that. And he couldn't even stand. I'm thinking he's out at least 4 to 6 weeks. Jones is being range to the team. He forgot he's on. That's not nice. Yeah, they showed in the camera how much it swelled up. And like I said, usually that's bad. When something immediately swells like that, that's usually telling me it's a break or he tore the ligaments. We need a reliable call. Yeah. Yeah, Barkley has a mini bowling ball. It did not look good. And you could try to make a spin on it, but it did not look good. How tough was Eli? Never. Yeah, and the only thing that stopped Eli Manning was a coach, was McAdoo and Geno Smith. You got to miss Eli. We can still have a respectable season. Why are we switching to basketball? We're going to be playing golf. Season's over. We're going to drop the next 5. The season's done. Patrick Graham is done. He's not adjusting. James Bradbury's not playing well. Dory Jackson's not playing well. You got Rodarius Williams also went out with a knee injury. Logan Ryan is starting to look a little bit slow. You don't have Peppers. Xavier McKinney, I was expecting a hell of a lot more out of. I miss Isaac Yiadom. I really do miss Isaac Yiadom. Luckily, the kid we got from he's only seen the practice field once, and we renegotiated his contract to keep him. Saquon probably better 8 weeks, and Jones probably 2 or more. I would say Barkley, if it is a significant ligament issue, yeah, I could see 8 weeks. Daniel Jones, I'm saying 4 to 6 weeks. Anyone who has had a concussion will tell you, and I had multiple concussions. I've had multiple concussions. Oh, what were we talking about again? You're fine. You're fine after the first one. No, when your bell gets rung like that, you're not coming back for a while. You used to play the next week because that would be the thing. They would say, you just got your bell rung, get back in the game, boy. And you're like, okay. I always tell this story when I dislocated my shoulder and I was like hanging down like this, kind of doing one of these, and they popped it back in. And the coach basically said, just rub some dirt on it, get back in the game. And then you're young at that, but you're okay. Yeah, let's be fair. Eli dove like a cartoon gopher at the sight of. But you know what? That's what you need to do as a quarterback. And I've always said that Eli Manning used to go down like he was shot. And that was the best thing because he sensed the pressure. You would be sitting there and someone would be barreling down, except for what's his name, James Trotter. You would sit there and Eli would be looking. Next thing you know, Eli's laying on the ground. And then there's a guy diving over his head. That's called pocket presence. I'm with y'all, Tim. Screw it. Go for Cam Newton. Why not? Throw caution to the wind. You know what? You're 1-4. You got a rough schedule. Your quarterback got his bell rung. Why not? What the hell are you going to lose? What can you lose at that point in time? No, there's nothing to lose. Let's see. I landed head first off the Empire State Building. Look, he's just not concussed. Oh, I tell you, and I'm not making fun of the poor kid because concussions are bad, man. Concussions they're just not good. I had 11 known concussions going back from high school. 11. And I can tell you are not right for weeks. I still get headaches. You're not right for weeks. But back in the day, like I said, they let you play. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Of course, all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. What's with every sport hiring head coaches with zero experience? Analytics thing. Let's get an experienced head coach in there and some real control. You know, it's funny. Joe Judge had the comment about Excel. You know, if Excel could tackle. Yeah, well, you know what? And I love it because Joe Judge also is a guy that doesn't believe in momentum. Dom from our podcast, NFL Talk from Across the Pond and Back. If you don't know it, go find it. Used to always makes the point on the podcast that Joe Judge doesn't believe in momentum. He's got to believe in something. I believe I can fly. Does Cam doesn't need money for this? Yeah, Cam, I think if Cam wants to play, he'll take the veteran minimum. I mean, if he wants to play, he might be holding out for money. Let's see, J Fitness. What we got here? Do you believe Daniel Jones is? I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I think everyone knows that. And if not, who's your pick? Who's my pick for during that draft or just in general? Because I want Malik Willis. I've already said that a mazillion times coming next year. But of course, the Bears are screwing it up. Why had every injury every pro had, huh? No, which is when you play consistently over the years. I had ACL tear, ACL replacement, a tear in my meniscus, my mid meniscus. I dislocated my shoulder twice. I had bone spurs in my elbow. And these are things you always played through as well. I've had multiple ankle sprains. If you've ever played the sport, you would understand. But back in like I said, back in when we played, it was just back in the 80s and stuff. You just played. They shot you up and you went out. I've ever seen the tape and doing. No GM is going to sit down and pass on, especially since Jones has been so inconsistent. Drafting will buy you. Yeah, it does buy you 3 more years as a GM. You're right, 100%. 100%. It does buy you time. But there's something special about that kid. And I know he transferred to Liberty and all that, but there's just something special about him. And I've said this before. If you are playing against inferior talent and you're rising above that, that means you're better than that talent. Why didn't Joe Judge try to get a drive going near the end of the first half? I think with Mike Glennon coming in, you didn't want to have something catastrophic happen because it was 10-10 at that point. You didn't want something catastrophic to happen. You didn't want to throw a pick, get a fumble. They took the one play and there was a little gimmick play, but you don't want to cause that problem. How much talent is going to get wasted by the pathetic organization? I don't know because I'm worried about our talent level. I really am. Malik is explosive. He is. What's up, Mike? Going by? How you doing? What you up late? No, you're not up late. You're up early. How you doing, my friend? How's everything going over there? Oh, let's see here. What do we got here? It's hilarious to go back when Gettleman was hired, and then the goal line was Gettleman was going to fix everything. It was the hog mollies. It was the hog mollies. We're gonna be ballers on both sides. A lot of people get exposed against Alabama. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see here. Give Daniel Jones 10 years. You know what's funny? And this was my concern. If Daniel Jones all of a sudden turned the corner and started playing well, or even, let's say he was inconsistently good, there was a potential that we would have had to pay him a large amount of money. I meant to say it too early for us to start chanting we want Arch. You know, Arch hasn't picked a school yet. I still think he's going to Georgia. This was a good question. Are they over-conditioned too much? They do have a lot of hamstring issues, and hamstring issues usually occur from over-conditioning. But I don't know if I don't think they're over-conditioned. Also, hamstrings can be caused the fact that you're just not stretching properly, and also sometimes just bad luck. And there's a difference between getting a little twing in the hamstring and pulling your hamstring. Because sometimes, you know, you feel that twinge in the back of your leg. That technically is a hamstring pull, but it's not always though. And you can always get away from it easy. Hamstrings are across the league this year. You know what I did see? I don't remember if I saw. Where did I see that? Was it ESPN? Somebody, I can't remember where, but someone was mentioning that as well. Willis is Kyler Murray. I love Kyler Murray. I think everyone knows my man crush on Kyler Murray. Because you got to love a guy that's like 4'11" and plays the way he plays. And I like the duck. Let's see here. What about Merritt? So Merritt can't sell the team. He only has part of well, he could sell his shares of the team. He can turn them over to Tish. That's how Tish got in. Let's see here. I said Herbert is my favorite quarterback. Well, due to second year, he's already elite. Yeah, Herbert is a special talent. And you kind of, like I said, we've had this conversation a million times. I hated the kid when he went back to college because I really thought the Giants had the opportunity to go out and get them. How you doing, my friend? How are we this evening? Hopefully you didn't watch the game. And if you didn't watch the game, we won 57-12. Oh, my goodness gracious. Do you see the possibility of the Giants offering Eli Manning a coach position? He would take, you know, I always thought that Eli should come in as not a coordinator, but he should come in as a consultant. He should sit in the quarterback rooms. I always felt that. Because the thing and I think this sometimes with Daniel Jones also, you had that security blanket with Eli Manning when he was playing. Because of the fact that if you as a rookie got benched, you got benched from Eli Manning, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. So there was no disgrace in that. Yeah, some other teams like 2 or 3 wide receivers and hammies last week. Oh yeah, I did. I don't know. Maybe hamstrings are up. I don't know. Get used to it. Garrett and Judge is going to be a long season. Garrett did not call it. He did not call a bad game. The issue was injuries and the play of the defense. Kyler is winning the MVP today. Did he play today or does he play on Monday? I didn't see if he played today. I didn't see if the Cardinals were playing. Let me check. You know, someone will tell me. I know that Carolina lost to Philadelphia. Oh, my God. Criminy. Oh, Arizona, they beat San Francisco 17-10. All right. Yeah, I saw that they beat. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. There are too many good quarterbacks coming out over the next year to settle. Okay, Jones, okay. Let's start winning you a Super Bowl type today. Jimmy G was okay with great system around him. He lost Super Bowl. Yeah. There's so many quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls that are not good quarterbacks. I mean, you take a look at Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer right off the top of the head. It's almost 4 a.m. I knew it had to be early in Italy. I knew I was trying to think. So I think 7 hours? It's almost 4 a.m. here. Time to get uphill and current start the day, 3 miles of track, shower, breakfast, classes, meetings, trains, practice. And then we're going to go play some rugby because we're going to have to bring you guys over. We're going to have to bring you guys over so you can get into the game. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Of course, all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Hey, Tim, if you were the GM, anybody you would keep and start over with? And Who would I keep? Oh, that's a good question. I like Ojulari. I'm not sure immediately on his talent level where that's going to be at yet because he disappears for long spurts. I like Andrew Thomas. I've always liked Andrew Thomas. I think anyone watched any of my videos, I've been a huge Andrew Thomas fan, even when he was having his downtime. I mean, the only players I'd probably keep off the top of my head would be Andrew Thomas and Ojulari. Good question. Great question. Let's see here. How about reaching out to Parcells for all time's sake? Parcells is not coming back. I wish he would. Parcells, what? He's 947 years old right now. I don't think he's not coming back. Would you want to come back to this train wreck? Tim, when you look at the Cardinals or the Bills, don't you wish it was? I do wish that. The only thing, okay, here's the thing with the Cardinals. Older team. They have a potential and an opportunity to break down. The Bills, man, the Bills are just on a different level right now. I'm not keeping Tony yet because I am not anointing a guy after one game. Show me 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. And show me you can stay in the game without punching someone in the head. If you're not a consistent quarterback in year 3 in today's NFL, you have to move on. You can't waste more time. Don't hate DJ. He's too inconsistent and makes dumbass. I added the dumbass mistakes. You can't be this inconsistent as a quarterback. You can't throw up 400 yards. I almost took down my whole lamp. You can't throw up 400 yards one week and then go 0 for 7 to start the game and look confused. I don't like Riddick. And I don't think because of the comments that he made about the Giants, I don't think the Giants would ever go after him. I don't think Riddick I don't think he would have been the answer. But you know what? Honestly, he might not be any worse. We Giants fans tend to hold on too much to the past. We do. I thought they should have got rid of Tom Coughlin like 2 years prior to when they did. And it's nothing against Tom Coughlin. It was just, I think it was time to go. He was just, sometimes coaches are there too long and it's time to move on. I mean, look at Joe Flacco. He won a Super Bowl at best. Okay. He had a team around. He had a fantastic defense around him. And that's what we were supposed to have this year. We were supposed to have this end-all, be-all, top 5 defense. Even I fell into the hype. I thought potentially we could have a top 5 defense because you saw it on paper, except for the point that, and I've said this, we are the team of ifs. If we can do this, if we can do that, if this happens. But, well, you know what? The ifs came home to roost. Someone loves it because I guess in one video I said, the chickens came home to roost. And someone still reminds me of that. What is your opinion on Tony? Always like your insight. I think Tony, I still think the jury's out on Tony. And people are going to say, you're crazy. You had 189 yards. He was also the only option on the field. He was also the only guy they were looking for. And again, you could take the league by surprise for a couple of games. It's how you adjust once the league adjusts to you. And I don't like players that go around punching people in the back of the head. I always jokingly tell people I'm going to punch him in the back of the head, but I don't go and do it, let alone do it in front of the ref. Leonard Williams, though, man, why is he grabbing the helmets off of people? Why? 2 weeks in a row he's done this. He just got caught this week. 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. What's the point? Are you that frustrated because you're getting $23 million? Someone said to me, how does Leonard Williams sleep at night? And I remember a line from The Simpsons where there's a guy that's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a movie star and he makes terrible movies. And they asked him, how do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night making this garbage? And he looked at the camera and said, on a big pile of money with lots and lots of beautiful women. So maybe that's what Leonard Williams is doing. He's stealing money from us. Thank you, Frank. When Patrick Graham fails and gets fired, will the Giants consider bringing in a new corner and bring back the 4-3? You know, you've asked this question a couple times, Frank, and I think it's a good question. But the only problem is we don't have any solid defensive ends to play the edge, and we really only have one linebacker when Blake Martinez comes back. And you can hide more issues if you play the 3-4. Because of the fact that you can creep your linebackers up to the line to play the run more. And it allows them to have a better vision of the ball carrier so they can, hopefully, if your linebacker is consistent enough, they can close the gaps. 4-3, you can't do that. 4-3, those guys, the 4-3 would have been perfect if we had Leonard Williams, Dalvin Tomlinson, Dexter Lawrence, and blank. And the blank might be Ojulari. I don't know. But that would have been a better unit to put in because then you can disguise the deficiencies with Blake Martinez. But without having that, you just can't do it. I hate the 3-4-2. I hate it too. Let's see. Patrick Graham has been figured out. The whole league expects it for the Giants. No adjustments whatsoever. How many times have we said this, guys? Last year, he played a defensive substitution. I said this a million times. This year, he's going to have to play a defensive versatility, and the defensive versatility will allow him to keep the same 11 on the field, but shift them positionally. You know, you drop Peppers into the safety position, then move him into the linebacker position in one other play. Ojulari, you keep him, you put his hand in the dirt, then you play him in the middle, or you play him off to the right. You do these things to switch things up, so then they don't know where you're moving your personnel on the field. Sadly, I believe Murray is blowing up the team by the end of the season. The problem is he can't blow up this team because of the contracts. You can't, because you're going to be on the hook for that dead cap space. The best thing you could do with these bloated contracts that we have is try to either push them out again, which is crazy. I know, because you have 33 players on like $203 million in total contract value right now with a total projected cap space of $206 million. So you have to, and it'll be the same fiasco when we traded Olivier Vernon, JPP, and OBJ. It'll be the same fiasco in reference to cap space. Missed the old days with Tuck, OBJ, JPP. No, I do too. You know what? Matthias Kiwanuka, he was very underrated. He was a very underrated Giant. Spend both picks on the trenches. The problem is we've been spending those picks on the trenches. The only problem is the trenches have been what's leaking. I mean, because the fact, like I said, you can't if you cannot consistently hold the edge. And I said this, I don't know how many times I said this, you cannot consistently hold the edge. Teams are going to exploit it by going off tackle and going off tackle repeatedly. The Cowboys did not attack the middle of the line at times like they and I love it because even Troy Aikman said, I would never throw another pass. And this was in the first quarter. If they would have grounded and pounded and never threw another pass, the Giants may have lost by 45. You're in timeout. You're in timeout. Miss the old days. Oh, I already got that one. I already got that one. I just missed the old days too. Do you think we'll call up any practice squad players, and which one do you want to see? Is there anyone on the practice squad I'm dying to see? I do find this interesting. Everyone except for me, I know because I'm a dummy, was a David Sills fan. David Sills is going to be awesome. David Sills is going to do this. I find it interesting that David Sills isn't on the team after we lost 2 receivers. And we have Colin Johnson. Just throwing that out there. What do we got here, Alex? Name one good thing Dave Gettleman has done in his tenure. Ooh, one good thing. Okay. One good thing. He signed Odell Beckham and then traded.
Warning, sarcasm.
I don't know. I can't come up with one good thing. I wish I could. Having 4 defensive stands for NASCAR. Yes, that's what NASCAR was. That was a 4 defensive end. David Sills, man. Come on. Where's David Sills? He's so awesome. Everyone loves David Sills. Where is he? Daniel Jones is the quarterback messiah. David Sills is Victor Cruz 4.7. Where is he? Anyone see him? The defense is the most disappointing part. The rest of this madness, I think we're all saying. I didn't think we saw, I don't think anyone saw the defense. Nobody saw the defense implosion. And it is an implosion. I mean, it's of epic proportions. I haven't seen a defense this bad on the Giants since the 70s. Because even in 83, when we went 3-12-1, you still had Burt, Carson, Taylor. You still had the remnants from the 81 team that went to the playoffs. And you kind of knew that if they ever figured out the offense, they could swing it around. This team, I don't know, man. This team, I don't know. David Sills a persona non grata, just like Sam Beals. Sam Beals, he's still on the team, right? He's still on the team. Tony Barrett turned into OBJ Jr. and wasted first round pick. He punched for scare me. The huge lack of control of motion. You know, it's funny. OBJ had a body of work. He had a body of work before that game, before the Josh Norman game. Kadarius Tony was having the best game of his probably career going back to Pop Warner, and then he punches someone in the back of the head. If he, I mean, I don't think he is going to be fined. I'm not sure if, and I don't remember the rules, and someone can probably find out before I can. Do you automatically get suspended for a game during an ejection? I forget. So I think at one point in time you did. Everyone makes excuses for players, especially coaches. You're the only YouTuber that speaks the truth and tell it as it is. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know. I would like to be happy-go-lucky. I would like to be, everything is awesome. Hey, we lost 44-20. We're good. Yeah, we're going to win next week. We're going to rock this out. Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, with all the honestly, Stills is more productive during the preseason than any other rival season been so far. Says Tony. Yeah, but I don't understand why he's not on the field. There's a reason why he's not on the field. I don't know what the reason is, but there is a reason why he's not on the field. There's got to be a reason why he's not on the field. The Giants are becoming the old Browns, and you're, oh, no. Yeah, well, we are. Not the Browns. I'm thinking maybe you're thinking the Browns of the, hopefully you're not saying the Browns of the expansion Browns. Hope you're not saying those Browns. Because, yeah, you might not be wrong. How was the stab on 10,000 coaches in the season without addressing major weak point edge? I don't know, David. You know, I wish someone would explain that to me, because I love the fact that we have all these failed college head coaches on this team. And we have the second largest staff in the NFL. We have something like 9,468 coaches. But for some unknown reason, we are the most undisciplined team in the entire league. Yep, we are. Hot flaming dung of garbage. That's what we are. Keep the mountains blue. Yeah, well, you know what? Hot flaming dung. Not going to lie to you. Tony lost and is unacceptable, but he didn't do it because he wasn't getting the ball like OBJ. He's doing it defending himself on the teammates. Unacceptable, but understood. He actually took the swing at the guy because the guy pushed him. That's not acceptable. You need to get pushed and get the penalty. Then you fall down like, oh, I've been shot. Let's see here. Do you think the Giants should use the tight ends more this offseason? I think they should, and I think they just don't trust our old buddy Evan Ingram. I think that's quite noticeable. But also, Kyle Rudolph's washed up. I don't even know why he's even on the field. Get your defending himself and team part, but swinging is out of line for me. He could have shoved back. Yeah, he shoved back. But they always teach you don't shove back, though. Because the fact that the guy that usually gets the penalty is usually the last guy to throw the punch or to push someone. That's always the guy that gets flagged. That's why they tell you that. What did Alex Sports say? What did he say? Alex Sports, I've been saying that the Giant fans built the Panthers Super Bowl team. Thank you, Alex Sports. Where have you been when I needed you? Dave Gettleman had one good class, and that was the 15-1 season. And he brought in a bunch of free agents that were over the hill that all kind of meshed together. And then plus, it doesn't hurt if you have Cam Newton. Dude, we are tied for the worst records in 2000. I know we are, Joseph. I know we are. Don't say that. Usually when people say that, it gets worse. Jeffrey, did you say it? I know what you said, but I'm not going to say that. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many cooks in the kitchen spoils the stew. Just throwing it out there. Kadarius Tony has his mind right. He was balling, just needs to fight. And you know, and that's the thing. I agree. You can ball out. You can play at a high level, but don't get caught doing something stupid. I've said this, I'll say it again. Usually the guy that draws the flag is the last guy to throw a punch. How many wins do you think Gettleman saves his job? 17. He's not going to be here. He's not going to be here. No, he pushed Evan. After pushing someone twice, he was being a punk. Doesn't matter. You don't swing at somebody. You don't swing at anyone. That's the problem. You can't swing at anyone. You just can't. I think New York media ruined New York sports. It's too many opinions. You know, like taxes are already high in our area. I don't like players that don't want to play for anything. I don't think New York media ruined the sports. I think Dave Gettleman and a lot of bad other general managers. New York Giants mafia style house cleaning, new coaching staff, quarterback 1-16. I don't think we're going to go 1-16, but I will tell you this: I get worried. I get worried that we may go 1-16. It's something that I could see it happening. You don't want it to happen, but you could see it happening. Why is Minkle intermountain employed? Many NFLs have fake diplomas because they couldn't get sports considering they were down 11 jumps from range in the NFL. You know, because he was a better option than Colt McCoy. I mean, there's just not so many quarterbacks there. I'm going to warm up. I think I can get out there. I think I can sling a couple. Should Tish take over from Mary? That was a conversation last year or 2 years ago. The Tish conversation was loudest last year when Tish basically kind of threw down an edict of the fact that if they don't start playing well or better, the changes need to be made. And I think he was kind of talking about taking over. Ariana Grande is a better coach than Joe Judge. I don't know about that. I've never seen her coach. Maybe she is. I don't know. I know she was on Nickelodeon, but I don't think she played a coach on Nickelodeon, did she? She was on that show my son used to watch. Let's see here. What do we got here? Whoops. What happened, Philly? Giant fans need to learn the franchise makes mistakes. And that's the problem with Daniel Jones. I've said this a million times about Daniel Jones. If it's a mistake, it's a mistake. You go on, you move on from the mistake. You don't repeatedly keep making the same mistakes over and over again. That's the definition of crazy. Making the same mistakes and think you're going to get different results. I commented on this video, Tim. It's Deja Vu 2017 wide receiver. Yeah, you did. I saw that. That was good. I didn't remember that either I forgot all about that. What happened? We won 45-17. Go G-Men.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
Mr. Jackson, I think you're being facetious. I think you're being sarcastic. Maybe we could get lucky and suck the interview. Well, we're sucking now when Archie goes to the draft. Well, Archie's 2 years away from college, so you figure 2 years after that. So you figure a minimum of 4 years before we can go get Archie. Seriously, I'm getting killed out here. Wow, getting killed for what? What am I missing? Are you people someplace else that I don't see what's going on? Let's see here. What do we got here? It's like we don't it's like we did with Eric Flowers, who just keeping bad players too. Yeah, but then Eric Flowers turned around and was actually a pretty good guard, which so many people said you really should put him in as guard. People on Twitter saying job is safe. People on Twitter are idiots. Have we not learned to stay off of Twitter? Saints will miss the playoffs because of crap. The Saints won today. Daniel Jones was singing Mary and had a little lamb after. Daniel Jones, man, he was wrecked after that. You felt bad for the kid, man. You really did, because you don't lead. But I've said it before, you don't lead with your helmet. Never lead with your helmet. Never. Score doesn't represent the outcome. Now, which way are we talking about? Because I think the Dallas should have won by 50. So in some ways, I do think that it didn't represent the outcome. Yeah, could have got beat worse. Yeah. What do we got here? I'm going. You're the only one I've been blasted by people knowing for a long time on YouTube and had relationships. I had to stop talking. Wow, what is going on, guys? There's some deep stuff going on in here. Let's see here. Logan Ryan looked rough today. Yeah, Logan. It's just a bad game all around. Who are good quarterbacks in the draft, Malik Willis? I'm not sure, Malik Willis. Malik Willis. I'm going to change it to Malik Willis, Liberty. That's who we're going to get. That's who we're going to get. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying that. Let's say, by the way, let's look at former Giants who were back in 2008. Kennard, Justin. Yeah, they actually would. Kennard's played well the last couple seasons. I know they got rid of him because of injuries. Justin Pugh, I think he just got hurt not too long ago. And Flowers has actually played pretty well. I mean, he got traded a bunch of times. That's crazy sad. Oh, about people and the thing. No to Malik Willis. No, J-Fed. We're getting Malik Willis. I am willing it into fruition right now. Let's see. A number of Goofy fans think Judge it was dirty and was great. How was it dirty? He led with his head. He literally led with his head. How is that a dirty hit? The other guy just lowered his helmet. He wasn't driving. He was going in for the tackle, and Jones went like this. You never lead with your head. The Giant YouTube community is toxic. All right, well, don't go on the Giant YouTube community. Stay here. Stay here. Just don't go there. Don't go there. Let's see here. I know the feeling. The positive fans are super toxic. Yeah, evidently you guys have been reading some of my comments and my comments. It's okay, though. We're all right, though. Still trying to figure out how that score by the Giants was reversed on 4th down. It was actually the right call. I mean, I was trying to think of I was trying to have an epiphany to trying to figure it out. Daniel Jones initiated clean hit. Thank you. Yes, you lead with your head. Bad things happen. I saw some people saying the hit was dirty too. Really? Who said that? Is this on Twitter? Is this on Twitter? Clean hit. Clean as it can come. There was not a dirty hit. There was no malice. There was no malicious. Oh my God. This is why, this way. Let's be a Nick channel. Who wants to be a Nick channel today? Start safe space for Giant homers. Yeah. Everyone come into the safe space. It's okay. It's all okay. We're all right, guys. We're okay. We're going to go 1-16, but everything's going to be okay. I think I've overused it. I got rid of it on the soundboard with Kevin Bacon or an Animal House when he's screaming, everything's going to be okay. And then the crowd runs him over. Yeah. Okay. What do we got here? Yeah, he was clearly in. They got it right. They didn't get it wrong. That's what I was trying to think. I was trying to think of something, but they got it right. We need to get out of MetLife, away from the Jets, build our own state in New York, not in New York, because we're basically the same organization as the Jets. Ooh, yeah, we are. I always hated when the Jets came to the Meadowlands. Because you know what? You used to drive to the Meadowlands and you would go down, you were going up to 16W, up to the Turnpike, and then you would see it there. Big stadium, big bold letters, Giant Stadium. Oh, I got a bad bruise there. Which arm was that? Oh, yeah, I got bad bruises. That's from moving stuff. This is our safe space, playing some Giant homers for sure. That's why nobody knows about this channel, because it's the safe space. We're gonna have a safe space. We're gonna have kittens. We're gonna have puppies. We're just honest. I think that's the problem. Guys. Like Joe Judge said 100 times, trust the process. Kidding. New name is Joe's Cote.
Warning, sarcasm.
Trust the process. The guy that created the process in Philadelphia got fired before the process even started. Oh my God. These live streams are therapy for me. Well, I'm glad. There's all of us venting. My girl wants nothing to do with me after these losses. Oh my God. Well, you know what? I'm glad it's therapy, because I think it's therapeutic for me too. The refs blew the pass interference call on Tony on 4th down. No, Tony slipped on his own foot. They were both on at the same time. I can't fault the refs on that one. I'm so tired of it's the process. The process thing, man, I hated Philadelphia when they came up with that. And then Philadelphia had 9,476 first-round draft choices, and only 2 of them were still on the team. And actually, I don't think Ben Simmons is going to be on the team anymore either. What is Joe Judge's process? No, average 5 wins a year. Decorate the back wall with sunshine and rainbows. Sunshine and lollipops and rainbows and happy things. Because we're all together. No, the green screen's going to go back up. The green screen will be back up. I just haven't had a chance to get the green screen going on. They don't like Tim because he's honest and needs to start just like some more. You know, it's funny. I don't care if I'm not liked. I really don't care. I really don't. It's okay though. You know what? I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand that. Because you know what? The people in this room, we're smart fans. Let the dumbass fans go someplace else. Because you know what? You can be a homer. That's fine. That's okay. You can be a homer. But have some realism. I do want the blue hoodie Joe Judge had on today. You know, but it was actually a very nice hoodie. I think Joe Judge has got to wear a hat, though. He doesn't look good with a hat off. He does not. I just don't like it. Kept Shermer. Hey, you know what? For all the crap that Shermer gets, the Giants played hard for Shermer. And there was that stretch that we were winning 5 times with under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, and we lost 4 of those games. Yes, and one of them was on a 60-something yard field goal, but Tony slipped, and yeah, he slipped. He wasn't pushed. He was already going down. I mean, I would like to sit there, but I like the wall. All right, then fine. We'll leave the wall. We'll leave it blank. I have the lights and stuff. I just haven't set. I literally have not set anything up, guys. It's been rough. I'm so sick of gotta watch the film. Yeah, he always says that. We gotta watch the film. You know, the film said we sucked. Tim, when do you see the Giants realistic turning this around, man? Ooh. Realistically turning this around. Realistically? You're probably, if this continues, you're cleaning house next year. You're out of cap space in 2022. You figure at least 2 drafts, and you got to get back into free agency. So realistically, at the earliest, 2024. At the earliest. We're winning every game from here. Playoffs are going to make this happen. You guys are just being so negative.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
I know you don't believe that. That's why you got the sarcasm button. Some fool named Frank told Entertainer, stay optimistic, and that's why he has lots of subs. And one who are realistics don't have any subs. I tell him he's wrong. I don't know. People ask me all the time, do you want to have like 40,000 subs? Is that your goal? I always tell people my goal getting on YouTube, and I never even wanted to be on YouTube. I did this because and I think we've told the story a million times. Someone else wanted to do this. I helped him set up the channel. We did one show and he quit. And I already set everything up. So I said, well, why don't I just keep doing it? I didn't think anyone was going to watch. My goal is always to hit 1 million views. And I think we're 932,000 views right now. So Lord knows what happens after 1 million views. Lord knows what's going to happen. The defense under Betcher was got. Yeah, well, you know what? It's Betcher. It's not any better right now. All bald coaches need a hat. He's not bald. He's got the little spike. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. 9 years. I'm not saying 9 years. I think if you build the right way, you build through the draft, you do use limited free agents to augment your roster and fill it with depth. I personally think that you could, after you get out of cap hell, be reasonably good 2024. And I'm being nice. I want to be General Patton. Good movie, Patton. Anyone seen the movie? Go see that was a good movie. Let's see here. Turn around. We appear to need 11 new defense starters. We might. Tim, if you lied more, you would have 75,000 subscribers like the other guys. I don't need 70,000 subscribers. I don't need that. That's okay. It's all good. Aside from Malik Willis, who's the next? Who would be the first round? Who would be the next first rounder? Quarterback or position player? Because I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. I would have to think about that for a second. Let's see here. I remember Mr. Lewis called Chris a homer during the draft and all the people salty. That's because Mr. Lewis is awesome. It's okay. Let's see. I think Tana can be optimistic, and it's just it's I don't watch Chris's videos, and I don't want to get on Chris. I don't watch his videos because it's not my cup of tea. I don't watch any YouTubers really outside of. I watch Alex Sports. Plug for Alex Sports. I watch. I watch. I like Cop. I've been on a show, so I watch Cop once in a while. I don't watch anyone else's because I just want to do my own content, my own freshness. So everyone can do whatever they want to do. And if that makes you popular, that's great. That's good for them. I'm not one of these guys that gets jealous. I don't have any jealousy to any other YouTuber. There's so many people that get, I guess they get upset because they don't have more YouTubers. And I know there was a couple YouTubers because they tried to draw me into it on Twitter, that they were saying that certain YouTubers monopolize the feed and all that. It is what it is. You know what? If you want to get more viewers, have better content. That's all it is. So, I guess that's the best way to say it. Let's see here. The best part is Tim had experience in league and a fan follows him because the armchair's GM is still a liar. They need to be realistic right now because the team sucks. The team does suck. I wish it didn't. Lord streams are toxic. I love Tanner. He is the best play-by-player. He's the best play-by-player around. But the chat is always a bunch of unrealistic fans. Well, I don't know. Well, thank you again, Mr. Lewis, for the super chat. You should be giving me any money. Well, you're also giving it to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital, but you got a kid. I should be giving you money. What GM outside of the organization would you want to take over the Giants? Ooh, you kind of want to go a different direction. You don't want to go with a guy that you don't want to go with. I don't want to go with a retread. And I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but there's got to be a player personnel guy. And I do think the guy that we bring in needs to come from player personnel. And he's got to be successful enough that he understands the nuance. Because I think you need to have the feel for the draft, but I think you have to have the understanding of what players feel now than they did years ago. Because the NFL player now is different than the NFL player from 20 years ago. You have social media. You have so many different avenues and options in reference to media that you kind of want to have. You want to have control, and you want to have a guy that knows and understands how the modern athlete thinks. And I think that's one of Dave Gettleman's biggest problems. He still thinks he's in the early 2000s. So in a long-winded answer, I don't know right off the top of my head, but I will tell you this. I would like him to be a younger GM. I would like him not to have been a GM in the past. I would like him to have more of a feel for player personnel. And I think that would be a better fit for the Giants. I lost how you're not I'm not a stat hog because stats lie. That's the thing. Stats lie. I mean, you can make stats say anything. 93% of all fans can tell you that 40% of the times that all stats will tell you anything you want to know. I don't have my drum roll button. Tim, give me some more about what you some more about what you think to do to finish out the season. The season's, I honestly tell you, the season, in my mind, the season's lost. We're gonna go through this 5-game stretch. We're gonna probably drop all 5. You need to now just develop talent. You need to figure out who is going to have an opportunity, an avenue on this roster, and can be a linchpin for the organization, or at least a depth of talent. Tim, are you working on the AFL? Tim, on when working for the NFL, what traditions did you follow? I didn't really follow any traditions, honestly, because I worked behind the scenes. Scouting and drafting has to be on point the next couple of years. Yes. No more missing on the first round. No more missing on the first 4 picks. Our problem is also, we also draft all these guys in the 7th round. We think they're going to be these superstars. Good Pro Football is a good example that stats lie. Oh my God. I didn't follow any traditions. I really didn't. I was back in the early 2000s too. Next GM, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's drink. All right. I'll have a drink. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I'll put you on fire. Let's see what I got here. What did I miss here? Wait a minute. That comment had me dying. Chris seemed cool, but he doesn't. He does lean a bit too far around the Homer territory. Dak's extension video was discussed. You know, it's funny. And again, I'm not going to pick on Chris, but someone sent me the thumbnail for the video about how Dallas wrecked their entire team by giving Dak the extension. I think that was a Chris video. I didn't watch it, but I was laughing, thinking to myself, Dallas evidently has this cap thing figured out. Cowboys are going to win the division, but lose the first round. They're not that good. And yeah, I don't know if the defense gets put together. Who's really going to take them out? I want a young, modern GM. That's what I want. I don't even think he needs to be a GM. He can just be. I would also like the guy to have a little bit of cap knowledge. You know, I want someone to understand the nuances and the subtlety of the cap. I have read the Brian Sanders and Jeremy person. Well, it would be the top candidate to replace Gettleman. It's funny. Someone else mentioned his. I don't really know. I mean, they've done well with the Rams, but I really don't know much about him. All right, we're going to take a couple more questions. We're going to wrap this up tonight because I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I had a question for everyone that was asking me questions. I got a question for you guys. Let's say Joe Judge gets whacked. Who do you want as a head coach? Anyone out there that's piquing anyone's interest? We're gonna clean house after a week. You know what? I think we might. Ed Dobbs. Ed Dobbs, which I don't know who Ed Dobbs is. You guys in pain. Yes, we're in pain. We're in mourning. People have been drinking. Very sad. Very sad. Casper the Ghost. Jim Harbaugh. Really? Jim Harbaugh. That's actually an interesting thing. You guys ready for the Rams? Yeah, no, I'm not ready for the Rams. Eric Bieniemy. I like Eric Bieniemy. Peyton Manning. I don't know Peyton Manning. I don't think Peyton Manning would want to come and coach. I think he's just having too much fun. Let's bring back Bill Parcells. Why not? Phil Jackson. Let's put the triangle offense. You know what? The triangle offense might work better. Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy seems to be a good. It seems to be solid. When he's someone from the Baltimore front office, the assistant GM that knows the drafts and value. Yeah, that's what we need. An Ozzie. We need what's his name? Ozzie Newsome. But we need a younger version of Ozzie Newsome. They'll promote Garrett to head coach. Joe Brady. Okay. What's going on? We're everything's going on good. What do we got here? Is it too late to Big Chin? Yeah, I don't think Bill Cowher's coming back. I think that ship is gone and sunk. So, Cowher may have been good like 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, but he's not. If I was Cowher, I would never leave the booth. I would never leave it. Dobbs is from Casey's front office. Casey, oh, okay. That I would take him. If he wanted to come here, why not? Everyone, I got a couple people saying Joe Brady, but too experienced. Yeah, do you really want to go that route? Kellen Moore is interesting as a coordinator, but then you're thinking to yourself, are you going to be heading down the Pat Shurmur route? But you got to. Sometimes you got to give. You got to give guys a chance. I'm interested in coaches.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
How crazy was that game, though, in Cincinnati against the Packers? 5 missed field goals. That was crazy. Phil Simms, why not Phil Simms? Bring Phil in. I don't think Bill Cowher's coming back. I wouldn't want to leave. Can we hold the GM's hostage and force a New York GM? It's kind of New York. Urban Meyer needs a job. Urban Meyer's going to need a job soon. Wink Martindale, man. I wanted Wink. I think he would have been an interesting guy. Bring back the Macadoodoo. Why not? I like Wink Martindale. I forgot about Wink Martindale. I forgot about him a lot. Let's hire a special teams coordinator as our next head coach. Thank you again, Mr. Lewis. My GM would be Dobbs, George Patton. You know, I was actually thinking about Dobbs. Someone mentioned Dobbs to me, not just in the chat, I think like a week ago or a week or two ago. And they said you should do a video on him. And I started looking him up, and I didn't get an opportunity. So I'm gonna have to try to do that. I'm gonna say Ray Hanley. Ray Hanley, he's not busy. He's not busy at all. I still say Urban Meyer's going to USC. I've said that a million times, Davey. I've said that a million times. He's going to USC. Greg Roman. No, I don't want Greg Roman. Jones is sure. Jones is out for sure next week. I'm sorry if anyone's asking. Jones is definitely out next week. Jones is going to be in concussion protocol. He's probably going to be out 2 to 3 weeks minimum. 2 to 3 weeks. I want GMs from the Ravens. Yeah, I keep hearing that. Why not? Why not? The coordinator, the OC of the Bills. Yeah, you know what? He's really maturated the career of Josh Allen. So hi, girls. Yeah, there are. Urban Meyer will fit right in. I like it now that the mom of the girl in that video has come out and said that the video has ruined her life. Don't do that. Don't do that then. Don't grind up on the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars and not expect someone to be there. Bring in Mike Nolan too, not as a head coach. No more Mike. No more Mike Nolan, man. Nolan's got too many shots. Tim, does the new GM get rid of Jones and start? I've said this before. If you're a GM coming into this team, you're going to whack the head coach. You're going to whack Daniel Jones. Why? Because no respectable GM or even respectable GM candidate is going to want to come to an organization where they cannot pick their quarterback and pick their head coach. Should have been in here an hour and a half ago, Vincent. Should have been here an hour and a half ago. Let's see here. Can we get some future videos on the best people? You know what, Daniel? I think I'm actually going to do that. I think Mr. Lewis has actually had a couple good names too, and I think a couple other people have some really interesting names. I think I want to do that. No GM isn't taking. I don't think any GM is going to want to take him either. I knew Josh Allen was going to be when I saw him beat Thanksgiving. I liked him coming out of the draft and out of Wyoming. I just knew that his inaccuracy was going to be an issue for some people. Bring in they can't bring in Louis Riddick after everything went on. Yeah, Brandon Staley, man, he's doing some. Yeah, he's doing some stuff, man. Only for decades? Yeah, only for a decade now. All right, has anyone got anything good to close this out? Because I'm going to close this out. I got a bunch of other stuff I got to do this evening. And it's almost 10:37. I got to check to see if anyone won the Replica Super Bowl ring. I'm not sure. I have to go back and check on the scores. We'll have a video out sometime tomorrow as well. And I think it'll be an interesting video. I think a lot of people are going to get mad at me because I tell the truth. Let's see here. Been a fan for 40 years. Don't really get upset anymore. Not worth it. I agree. Like I said, I get mad because it's just the stupidity. The sun will come out tomorrow. Peace, my friend. Don't forget, hit me up so we can do a video. So we can do a chat or something. Hit me up, my friend. Thank you, John, for joining in. Anyway, let's see here. I appreciate it. I bet people will still overhype Lawrence Carr. It was a nice play, though, but he had one play. Thank you, Frank. Win or lose, we'll be here in next Sunday. I agree, Frank. You're a good fan. You're a good Giant fan. I appreciate it. I really do. I don't know. Oh, yeah. You're supposed to hit the like button and stuff. Have a good night, Seed. See everyone in the morning. Is it the morning yet? Oh, you're going to timeout. You're going to timeout. Oh, yeah. I've said this before. If somebody wants to be a moderator, just email me at onlineBigBlue@gmail.com. Because, like I said, these streams are getting bigger, and I'm not good going through all the comments. Yeah, it's only sports. It's just, you know what, Jeffrey? That's a great attitude. It's just to be entertained. Time to draft a linebacker. Yes, time to draft a linebacker in the first round, Michael Parsons. Oh, what happened there? He went to Dallas. Any silver linings? The sun will come out tomorrow. That's my silver lining. Tomorrow there'll be sun. When I think of a day that's gray and lonely, just stick up your chin and grin and say, sun will come out tomorrow. It'll be good, guys. It'll be good. Have a good night, Alex. Let's see here. I think if we whack the GM, Abrams is going to be the next GM. You watch. It's the Giant way. Oh, I hope not, Davey. I hope not. I really do. All right, guys, we're going to close this out tonight. I appreciate everyone coming in. It's been fun. And what did Bob has to say? The silver line is miserable season's over. Good night, Bob. Have yourself a good night. Good night, my friend. What do we got here? I'm glad I realized the Giants are mere entertainment. It's all it is. Good night, everyone. We're gonna sign this off. I appreciate everyone stopping by. I appreciate everybody watching the videos. It's been entertaining. I appreciate you too, Jeffrey, because you know what? I love reading your comments. I think I've said that a million times. Your comments crack me up. They keep me on my toes. I love the one the other day when you were saying that you might have to say that Daniel Jones is the quarterback. Good night, Mr. Alvarez. Have yourself a good night. I'm not going to drink in the pain away. I'm just had one drink tonight. Great stream as always. Thank you. Monday's video will probably drop around 11 o'clock. I don't know. I'll have to see. You'll see. It'll piss a lot of people off, but you know what? We're just going to be honest. We're going to be truthful. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. If you know anyone that wants to watch the channel, have them come on over. We love new people to coming in. We're going to be doing some Nick videos coming up for the start of the season because we know I'm also a big Nick fan. So, but all right, guys, we're going to close this out. I appreciate it. I would say let's look forward to the Ram game, but we may lose that one by 50. But you know what? We're going to end this on a happy note. In the key of G. Let's see. One more thing here. Please, we need linebackers. Please, someone hear me. I hear you, Mick. I hear you. We do need a linebacker. I have been saying that since KJ Wright and everyone else I said would to bring in. All right, Davey. I can't wait for the next videos either. I can't wait to start doing them, man. I really do miss it. Here we go. Last one. Cowboys' decision to the distinction of having the best winning record in Lions history because of the Super Bowl area. A lot of that comes from the team being 11-5. That team hadn't, yeah. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to close this out. We'll see everyone tomorrow. And you know what? Everyone stay safe and have a really good Monday.